Housewife breaks crime record in Plateau State. A 32-year-old housewife based in Jos, Plateau State, has added a new dimension to crime by allegedly involving herself in 4 criminal activities in 1 week. After faking pregnancy for 9 months, Mrs. Larin Shimwa Dial sought to cover up her deceit by allegedly stealing a 3-day-old baby. Within the said period, she also arranged her own abduction, demanded ransom, and attempted to take her own life when she realized the game was up. Hers was an obvious case of housewife driven by desperation to have a fruit of the womb. Hence, she jettisoned all known moral ethics and civil conventions and adopted some unimaginable options to bear a child for her husband. 7 years after she got married, Larit Shimwa could not bear a child. While her husband resorted to prayers in the hope of a miracle, she could not endure the family pressure on her to produce a baby. With time, her childlessness became a major threat to the survival of her marriage, forcing her to contemplate getting a child at all costs. She began last year by lying to her husband that she had become pregnant. While her husband celebrated the belief that God had answered his prayers, the woman capitalized on her fibroid and abnormal health condition that leads to enlarged stomach to give him the impression that the baby was being expected. While the man eagerly awaited the arrival of her first baby, the woman was busy plotting how to justify her pregnancy claims after 9 months. Every month, she demanded money from her innocent husband for antenatal care, telling him that she was undergoing same at Jos University Teaching Hospital, Jude. The poor man sensed no deceit and looked eagerly forward to a successful delivery of his first child. On Sunday, May 25, 3 days to the expected delivery date, Larin Shima told some family members that she had started noticing signs that she was in labor and so was going to the hospital. Having left the house alone, she hid herself somewhere and called her husband and other family members that she had been kidnapped on her way to the hospital. The news of her abduction sent danger signals to the family and the entire Jos community, spreading like wildfire and drawing curses from sympathizers who could not help wondering why some people would kidnap a woman already in labor. But there was no time to ponder. The panicking husband and the family must do the needful to rescue Larin Shima and her unborn baby. While Larin Shima's husband was trying to sort out the ransom demanded by kidnappers, she sent a message to him on May 26 that she had been delivered of a female child in the kidnappers' den. The confused husband pleaded with the kidnappers to accept the 500,000 naira he was able to gather for the release of his wife and new baby. 3 days later, Larin Shimwa emerged with a female baby she claimed she was delivered of in kidnappers' den. The entire family was happy to see her with a newborn baby girl, not knowing that it was stolen. Unknown to family members, for all of the 3 days Larin Shima claimed she was in captivity, she was actually in the hospital trying to steal a newborn baby. Having served in the hospital as an IT student of the College of Health Technology Zawan, Jos, Plateau State, she used her knowledge of the hospital's terrain to effect the stealing of a new baby. First, she wore her lab gown to disguise as a worker in the hospital and went to the labor ward where a woman had been delivered of a baby girl 3 days earlier. Disguising as a nurse, she told the mother of a newly born baby that the doctor directed her to bring it for a blood test. Believing Larry Shimwa to be a nurse, the poor woman released the baby to her and she vanished with it. A 30-year-old mother of a baby, Mrs. Mary Chukwuebuka, who spoke to journalists in Jos, recalled that the baby was taken away from her on Friday, May 31st, by a lady who disguised as a medical personnel in the hospital 3 days after birth. Mrs. Chukwuebuka said, "The lady who took my baby was dressed in a lab jacket just like the hospital staff. She came straight to my bed in the hospital and requested to carry the baby to the children's ward for blood sample. At first, I resisted and said the doctor had just left after an examination, but did not say that the baby was sick or there was need to run a test. The lady insisted that she was directed by the doctor to carry the child to the children's ward for blood sample. I willingly released my baby to her, believing that she was a medical personnel working in the hospital. But when I realized that there was a problem, after waiting for a long period, I went to the children's ward but could not find my baby. I went to complain to the other doctors, only to discover that my baby was missing." While Mrs. Chukwuebuka and members of her family were devastated by the disappearance of their newborn baby, it was celebration in the family of Larry Shimwa, where she was welcomed home with fanfare. On reaching home with the stolen baby, however, she urged the family to take her to a hospital for an examination of a baby. She was taken to the Bingham University Teaching Hospital, Butte, with the child. At Butte, she also lied that she was delivered of a baby in kidnapper's den, and having been released, she needed proper medical attention. While she was on admission at Butte, the news broke of a missing child already reported to the police by the management of Plateau Specialist Hospital. The police got an intelligence report of a woman who had brought the child to Butte. The Plateau State Police Command promptly wrote to the management of the hospital requesting their cooperation in their investigation. It was later discovered that the baby that went missing in Plateau Specialist Hospital was the same baby found with another mother in the Bingham University Teaching Hospital. That brought an end to Larry Shimwa's antics. Realizing that the game was up, she had no way to defend herself. She simply confessed to the police that she stole the baby from Plateau Specialist Hospital. She was promptly arrested and the stolen baby was recovered and returned to the original owner. Investigation and recovery of the stolen child took the police 2 weeks. If you enjoyed this, please like, share and subscribe so you can get notifications.